This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
No. Y'all, just stop. This is a sham.
Woo!
Welcome to DBL, everybody. Tori's excited about the show. You know why? Because I was going to introduce Stephanie Jones, but Tori had to be acknowledged first.
Do I do that every time?
Every single time.
Wow, that's subliminal and really embarrassing.
Sam was here yesterday. Tori made like a chicken noise.
Oh, wow.
Right before I introduced Sam.
I'll be quiet. I'm so sorry, Steph.
What's up, Steph?
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the show. I'm
Thank
sorry
you,
about
Mother.
that weak introduction.
Oh, it's all right. I'm used to it by now. May as well get on with that.
The whole studio is. Okay, so yesterday, a California civil jury found Bill Cosby guilty of sexually assaulting a 16-year-old girl after inviting her to the Playboy Mansion back in 1975. Judith Huth was awarded $500,000 in damages. Cosby denies this sexual encounter, of course, and was not at the trial. Although Bill Cosby has been accused of sexual misconduct by 60 other women, this is the first civil case to reach trial. Tori, this happened 47 years ago.
I know. So I don't know if you
Not
guys...
saying it's not right that he...
No, but it has to be said.
Yes, we have to acknowledge that.
Half a century.
Right? Like, that's exactly what you and I were talking about this morning. Like, there's something called statute of limitations where, like, if it's past a certain amount, you can't sue the person or else people would be doing that all the time. And so it does seem odd to me that there was no statute of limitations on this. I'm glad she got justice, but I would like to learn more about, do civil trials have any term limits? Can you go all the way back to whenever and start suing civilly? Again, I'm glad for it. I was just shocked that this was allowed.
Yeah.
Well, I think America's probably going to hate me here, but I don't care for Bill. I don't care for Bill. He's not my. I'm not American. He's not my dad. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I got you.
I know you guys. Obviously, you grew up with him in your home, so I don't give a monkeys. I'm glad that this has finally happened. I think it's been too easy for him. It's been too easy. And this girl, what's $500,000 going to do when she has been abused at the age of 16? I mean, that won't probably cover therapy bills. Seriously, for years having to deal with that, having to see him on television every single day from being a young teenager.
Right, she's 63 now, if my math's right, and so she had to go through all that till 63. Now she got justice.
And wait
Exactly.
for justice. Right.
Wait all this time.
A lot of those
and I know
women
a lot
had
of
to wait.
Americans feel differently. You guys have this like connection to
Not
it.
anymore.
No, I don't think so, Steph. I want to clear that. I think growing up, it connected us. Maybe racially it had some divides. I think it united the country. But I think everyone kind of turned that page once we found out who Bill Cosby actually was. I mean, there's 60 other cases.
And he was convicted already.
And then he got out on a technicality. I don't think anyone has sympathy for Bill Cosby.
I think a lot of people still love him and just hope that it's not true. I think they do.
I wonder if just a bigger question, I mean, this is something we can't answer here, is it that we don't want to go back because so many things happened 50 years ago, not just with this celebrity, but with many celebrities at the Playboy Mansion, at different, like this.
He's not the only one.
It was a different world 50 years ago, especially in terms of violence towards women, and unfortunately it hasn't changed as much as it should have. But, you know, I don't know if like this is something that, like a Pandora's box that our society wants to open, because there's a lot of names in there. It ain't just Bill Cosby, sadly.
Yeah, there's that A&E documentary that's out.
The Playboy Mansion.
The Playboy Secrets of the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
And Hugh Hefner, like living in Los Angeles, like, man, love Hugh Hefner, built his own empire. Looked up to him in some sort of way. Who didn't?
In the robe,
right?
in the smoking.
Yeah, like what a life this guy lives.
Right.
I watched that documentary, complete 180. I was going to say 360.
There you go.
Nice.
A complete 180. I'm not even joking around. Check out that documentary and you guys will have a very different opinion of what the Playboy Mansion was. All right, so get ready for the Amber Heard Johnny Depp encore. The actress is reportedly in talks to write a tell-all book with hopes of boosting her income. Amber owes Johnny more than $8 million after losing the defamation case earlier this month, and sources say Amber is broke and not in any position to turn down money. They say the actress considers her career in Hollywood over and has nothing to lose at this point.
Except for another defamation case. Yeah. Because if you write a book and you defame Johnny, and if it's about him, guess who can sue again? Johnny Depp.
And that's all people really want to hear about.
Yeah, we
right?
don't want to really hear her little things. Everybody wants to hear the juicy stuff. The juicy stuff turns out might not be credible. So I just feel like, as if I were her fake attorney, which I am for everyone here, I would certainly be very wary of what you put in print, because it's not defamation, it's libel and slander at that point, and he can do it all over again.
I don't think her attorney should tell her that. If you're an attorney that has some bills that need to be paid, I'd be like, write that book.
Oh, I think she's going to have a lot of people pushing that story.
But would you be interested in? Who's interested in this?
I'm interested.
A lot of people are interested.
Oh, who's interested? We've already heard the worst of it.
No, but everybody, like tabloids at a checkout at a supermarket, you know how many people say, I'm not interested. Why did they get 81 million views on TikTok? The world is interested in that story.
I think we've heard more than enough, and the mystery in the bed.
Yeah.
I don't want to know any more about it.
You're telling me if there was a 10-part Netflix
Unless she
series,
admits to that, and then I might read it.
or watch it. Like, this is a book that could be adapted into a 10-part series on Netflix. Are you telling me there wouldn't be a bidding war for that?
I agree.
Especially for somebody that, like, in my own words, the Amber Heard story, we would watch it just for the show.
I think they saturated the market with Amber and
It's like
Johnny.
Kardashians. People can't get enough of this. It just oozes.
Really? Like, if you compare the Kardashians to this story, you can't even.
Well, I just think at some point people always say they're tired of it, and really they're not.
I'd agree.
My favorite meme is the one where she's like, and then my cat. And then, like, they show everybody doing that. You ever see that meme?
No.
I'll show you at the break. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Anyway, speaking of the Kardashians, you guys were talking to them. Should you ever go live on social media with your kids? Check out what happened to Kim Kardashian when she recently went on Instagram Live with her 2 sons. Check it out.
This is called Instagram Live.
Hi, weirdos!
Hey, stop it.
Hi, vloggers! If you're watching this, I hate you!
Hey, Saint.
I'm watching and I hate you!
Look what you're teaching him.
It's good,
Hey,
this is a good boy! This is a good boy! This is a good boy!
Seems like it's all under control. Kim told her boys that, I have 2 boys as well. I was being facetious. Let's keep reading. Kim told her boys that they would not be stopping at the toy store because of Saint's behavior, but not sure that worked. So check out what happened when Kim was on Jimmy Fallon now.
But I really didn't know.
I'm hearing kids.
Guys, can you stop? This is like your first time at work with me. Can you please?
Your kids are right there on the...
I hear them making so much noise. Guys, this is your first time at work with me. Don't mess this up. Come on.
Listen, can I just say something? Totally relatable,
Me too.
right?
Yeah.
We've done this show during the pandemic from home. This happened to me multiple times.
Yes.
It's not because I planned it, just because kids are rambunctious and this is what we do. I gotta tell you, with the Instagram Live and the Jimmy Fallon bit, I feel like it's a little forced.
Oh, a little
I feel like it's a little
staged.
staged.
But you can't
Sorry.
get the kids to do that. Would you ever be able to be like Layden Lawson, start acting up when I turn my phone on?
If my kids were really acting up and I was on Jimmy Fallon, I'd be like, somebody lock them backstage, okay? Bringing them to the forefront and showing them off after you just did that on Instagram Live, I feel like this is a push.
No, Jordan would be standing there with your boys when you're on Jimmy Fallon. Jordan would be stage left.
All right, let me I want to hear your opinion, but I'm telling you, if something comes out in the next couple weeks with Kim Kardashian doing something with kids
Like
or a
Kids
kid
Boys
show or
label
something,
or something. Yeah.
we
If
better
that
flash
happens,
back to this moment.
I will take all it back.
Okay, go. What do you think about
I think
this?
the Instagram Live was real because I think of what he said. I don't think Kim would want that to be said on her social media. She doesn't want her Instagram followers to be called weirdos. That's how she makes her living.
But she controls that.
No, but I think on an Instagram Live, you can't control what's happening. You can't control if I say something about you right on this second.
But you know your kid, like, listen, having kids, again, I don't want to go back, you know their mood, right? So I'm like, my kids are way too crazy to call your grandma and grandpa right now.
Jeff, if you look at that clip, when he says hi weirdos, she gives him a look that only a mom can give his son. Like, I cannot believe you just said that in public.
I agree with you.
She looks back at him. I don't think that she goes, hey guys, when I turn the camera on, call my fans weirdos. I think they're cute kids that don't care. They don't care.
No, but I do think you're onto something. I think Kris Jenner has realized her brand goes better when she's relatable as a mother. And there's a whole new industry as mom-entrepreneur. The clothing lines, the kids stuff.
Yeah.
She has a whole new industry to go into. Let's start focusing more on the kids, which you're seeing. And I think that's a lane that they're going into. So expect a Kid Skims or something.
And also,
You know what I mean?
Don't jump on board with my conspiracy. You're not taking credit.
You don't want support?
It's 100% mine.
Wait, you don't want support for it?
I don't know about your support.
Wow. Wow.
I'm glad you're on board. I'm glad you're on board.
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Wow, you took offense to that?
Yeah.
All right, well then 100%'s mine. Coming up on DBL, our interview with reality TV star Nene Leakes and Big Frida. I want to be friends with Big Frida. They're telling us
Big
all
Jeff.
about the new season of College Hill Celebrity Edition. And wait till you see this new Netflix show. Can you guess what will go down on Snowflake Mountain?
I love it.
Closed captioning provided by
This June, DBL isn't holding back.
I've already spent my time and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
I like a little cheese in my potatoes. That wasn't going on in my head.
That's what we need more of, conversations in this country.
Yeah, I like that. DBL is all new every day.
Salt in the United Kingdom. Did you see that? And he has history. I don't know if y'all know this. Paul Haggis, he wrote Crash, and he wrote $1 Million Baby, was arrested in Britain or the UK for sexual assault. And he also has had some other assault charges brought him in the past when I looked him up. Paul Haggis, did not know, now I know, maybe your career will also crash. Lydia, did you hear it?
No.
It wasn't good.
Okay. All right.
I thought it was funny. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Also, the person who directed There Will Be Blood, Paul Thomas Anderson, partnered with Maya Rudolph.
I love Maya Rudolph.
PTA and Maya Rudolph, they have like 7 children together. No idea.
Have you watched that new show?
I was about to say there's a new show with Maya.
Well, with Melissa McCarthy, actually.
Oh.
On Netflix, called God's Favorite Idiot.
It's amazing.
With her husband.
Yeah,
I think it's number 2 on Netflix.
Good. It is.
Okay.
It's the #1 TV series right now, actually.
What is it about?
It's about this man who's God chooses to save the world essentially, and he's so
an idiot?
Plain. He's just very plain and
an average, a very average.
I like that premise.
Yeah.
I like that premise.
But, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how he's meant to do it. They're like, God's get the word out that I'm real, and he's like, but how?
Yeah.
I like that
it's
premise.
So good.
And he doesn't answer.
Is her husband play the man or God?
I think her husband plays the man. I think that's her
Does
husband.
she play God?
No, she plays the girlfriend.
Oh. Yeah, it's
really good.
funny.
But then God's this Scottish woman. It's hilarious.
Their relationship is
You guys remember
really
in
funny.
Dogma when Alanis Morissette was God?
So good.
Okay.
Tori and I totally made up over the break.
We didn't.
Welcome back. At a time when our society seems to be filled with plenty of entitled people, what can we do to break the cycle? Well, Netflix might have the answer. Take a look at their new series called Snowflake Mountain.
We're gonna take these kids back to basics. Hurry up! Why? Because the wilderness forces you to toughen up.
Feels borderline abusive.
Are they gonna rise to the challenge? You're an animal.
Just so you know, I just in a paint bucket.
Or are they gonna do what they do best?
I'm not doing it. No way.
Melt down.
So the show puts 10 young adults in the wilderness with 2 former military specialists as their leaders. And FYI, it comes out tonight on Netflix.
This is meant to be some kind of punishment. I would pay to go to a retreat like that.
A retreat?
Yeah. Did you see that lake? It looked bloody gorgeous. That's not punishment. That's a vacation.
Yeah,
I draw a line there. I draw a line
no,
with that.
you can't draw a line. You got to go in the paint bucket.
The bucket is a bit. The bucket, no, but look at the scenery. I'd love to chop down a bit of a tree. Have a bit of a swim in a lake.
This is the thing.
I'm with you.
I think millennials and Gen Zers, and maybe I'm wrong, have been misunderstood. I think that they have a different skill set than what we're used to, where we work 9 to 5 and you get a pension, you have 2 weeks off and then that's all you do, right? They are saddled with debt, with climate change, with corrupt politicians, so they moved into a tech side gig economy. I don't think that means they're entitled. I think they means they have a different skill set.
I think these kids are entitled.
I think some of those kids are definitely.
They were cast in the show because they were so entitled. They beat out thousands of other entitled people. These people, I think these people are entitled, but at the same time, and this is weird thing where you want to give your kids everything. Do you want them to not struggle like you did? Everybody's parents, grandparents said, I worked myself to the bone so that you could have this, and then you kind of do it and you give these kids these lives, and then they don't want to do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And it almost worked too well. I think overall for their personal development, this would be a good thing. But at the same time, like, they seem like rich kids, and it just seems like this is going to be their life.
Or
so
just,
I don't
what
know.
if they're city kids? They didn't seem rich kids. They seem like city kids.
They didn't seem like rich kids?
No, they seem like they don't know
City kids.
outside.
Yeah,
They
I
seem
get
like
you,
rich
Tori.
kids to me.
Tori, honestly, I'm not even picking on you. How many times have you done laundry?
All through college.
How many times was that?
I did it all through college.
Have you done laundry more than 12 times?
Yes, really? I did it all through. I did have to learn how to do it, and I did think permanent press meant that it came out folded.
That's all.
Wait, Tori, would you know how to make a fire? If you were in that situation, would you know how to make a fire?
I would pretend to do this, but I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Do you think you would survive on that show?
No, I wouldn't.
No, I think I'm a city person.
Yeah, I'm a city person.
Do you know how to make a fire from scratch?
Can you make a fire?
I probably wouldn't be very. I'd know what to do. How successful it would be another thing, but I'd give it a damn good go.
I feel like she'd be better than
I think Steph could take down an animal twice your size.
Okay, no, heavy.
Steph can swim. She's a marks person. Not marksman,
markswoman. You're right. She can ski.
Wow.
She's like James Bond.
You can drive. You can handle a motorcycle. You can handle the outdoors.
No, I can handle the outdoors. I don't necessarily enjoy it. I'd rather be at home with a cup of tea. But yeah,
if you had to,
I could do that show. I think I'd quite enjoy it. I genuinely think I would.
If it went down.
Apart from the bucket, I'm not into the bucket.
Apart from the bucket.
Well, see, that's the problem.
It's part of the.
Yeah, we're mammals, so that's going to come into play at some
point.
But
I would need some kind of heavy cash prize at the end. What do these kids get? Nothing.
They get their future corrected.
I don't know.
It's a life lesson. It's worth $1 million.
Oh, boy.
All right, coming up on DBL, we talk with Nene Leakes and Big Frida about the new season of College Hill.
How many seasons?
The Federal Reserve did something it hasn't done in 28 years, raise the key interest rate by 0.75 of a percentage point. It's a response to soaring inflation and volatile financial markets, with the stock market officially entering bear territory. So the question, is it favorable to invest in the stock market when it's down? Our sources, the Federal Reserve, Chris Hobart, CEO of Hobart Wealth in Ballantyne, Ted Rossman, senior industry analyst for Bankrate.com and CreditCards.com. First, a quick vocabulary lesson. A bear market is when stocks decline at least 20% or more from recent peaks. A bull market is when stocks rise at least 20% from recent bear market lows and reach record benchmark highs, typically lasting for months or even years. Inflation is up 8.6% year over year. That means virtually everything we buy, from groceries to gas to clothing, costs more. Chris Hobart says one of the ways to dampen inflation's impact is for the Fed to raise rates.
The Fed does this to kind of slow down the sloppy money that's out there.
This also has an impact on the market. The value of many stocks are lower right now.
You want to buy low and sell high. Too many people do the opposite.
But our experts say you have to take a long-term view.
It's a good thing. Hey, wow, I'm getting this company that was producing XYZ, but I'm getting it at a reduced rate. And that's what you have to look at when you look at stocks.
Hobart says historically, the market goes up over time. So investing in the market gives you a better chance for greater earnings than not investing.
I actually think it could be a phenomenal time to invest as long as you have a long time horizon and as long as this is meeting your risk assessment.
So we can verify, yes, it is favorable to invest in the stock market when it's down.
Who is that?
You already know. Hey,
Frida! Frida is here in the house with me. This is so great. Who doesn't love Frida? You already know.
After finding major success, reality superstars Nene Leakes and Big Frida take a seat at Texas Southern University and master the art of becoming students in BET's reality series, College Hill. Earlier, we spoke to them about what they learned from their college experience. Take a look.
Hi, Nene and Big Frida. Nene, I wanted to get to you first. You were a student at Morris Brown, a historically black college in Atlanta, but you left after getting pregnant. And I wanted to ask, and our viewers want to know, what was the hardest part about leaving school?
Back then, the hardest part was like just leaving my friends because I was super young at the time. So all I was really thinking about the friends that I had met from all over the world and being able to hang out with them, that kind of stuff. So I was more concerned about that than my education at the time, unfortunately.
That makes sense.
That's just honest right there. Now, Big Frida, I got to talk to you because, you know, Megan Thee Stallion actually just graduated from Texas Southern.
Mazel,
Yes,
mazel.
we can clap for that. That's beautiful. And she completed her degree in health administration. Yeah. Now, you have 1 semester left to completing your nursing degree. So I wanted to know your thoughts on finishing your degree.
After going to the whole College Hill experience and to a HBCU, I'm definitely thinking about considering going back and completing, you know, the semester to get my degree in nursing. But, you know, for the most part, I had a really great time, you know, with the celebrity edition and connecting with all the celebrities that were in the house on College Hill. And we had a really great time.
That's awesome. And I wanted, you know, Nene, I wanted to get to some of the other members of the College Hill crew. Lamar Odom, obviously great ball player, Ray J, and even Stacey Dash. So let me ask you, as an OG housewife, and you can be real here, who brings the most drama?
Without any question, Ray J.
Oh, okay. I thought I was so sure you were going to say Stacey Dash. I was about to get up and walk away from the set because I was like, I know what she's going to say. So Ray J's been on the show before. We love him. Talk to us about Ray J so we can play this for him in a couple of months.
Well, Stacey is a close first as well.
Ray J takes it over. You know, Ray J outbeat Stacey, but there's lots of drama that's happening in the house, and y'all have to tune in so that y'all can catch all of the juicy things that's going to happen.
Oh, Ray J, I love it. Big Frida, college brings people together from different backgrounds, and there's a moment where Slim Thug says he never had a chance to kick it with someone like you. What made him say that, and how did it make you feel?
I mean, it made me feel great just to be able to be the person that he had the experience with and made him get to see it in a different light and to open his eyes to the LGBTQ community and to just give him a clear understanding of, you know, of how I live, you know, and how things are for me, and being able to connect with a brother and to just educate him, you know, on our lifestyle. It was just great to be able to be in the house with Slim Thug. He's a real one.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys both are, and you know, it's amazing to me that we're sitting here on television talking about this. I went to an HBCU myself. I went to Tougaloo College in Jackson, Mississippi. So, Nene, I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, what makes HBCUs so unique and special?
It's the culture, for sure.
It's the blackness, baby.
It's the whole culture.
Yeah, it's definitely, it was the professors, it was the students, it was the whole vibe at the campus. Everybody just was so amazing, and just, you know, just being a black person, you know, at a HBCU, you just get that full experience of, you know, what I wish I had when I went to college.
It's black excellence, for sure.
Yes. Really quickly, in my dorm of 6 men, I'm a talk show host, 2 doctors, 2 clinical psychologists, and a college professor at Washington University with 3 books published.
Dang.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
A lot going on. Thank you so much, Nene and Big Frida.
Yes, yes.
Right? DBL Nation, College Hill Celebrity Edition premieres Sunday on BET+. We will be right back. Thanks again for your time, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
President Biden recently called on U.S. oil refiners to produce more gasoline and diesel as gas prices in the country are at a record high. Around the same time, this copy and paste chain message claiming to tell the truth about gas prices began to spread rapidly on Facebook. Verify viewer Lauren and several others asked us to verify whether a claim included in the message was really true. It states, quote, there is enough recoverable crude oil within the continental U.S. to supply current and projected future demand for 400 plus years. And that's just the oil we know about. It doesn't account for future discoveries. That's a fact, unquote. So let's verify. Is there enough recoverable crude oil in the U.S. to supply the country for 400 years? Our sources are the U.S. Geological Survey, the U.S. Energy Information Administration, and Andrew Lippow, president of Lippow Oil Associates. The term technically recoverable oil refers to the amount of oil that's in the ground that can be produced domestically using currently available technology and industry practices. As of June 17, 2022, the U.S. has an estimated 373.1 billion barrels of technically recoverable reserves of crude oil, according to USGS. The EIA and Andrew Lippow, an oil and gas expert, both say it's not enough supply to power the U.S. for 400 years. So let's do the math. In 2021, the United States consumed about 7.22 billion barrels of petroleum, up 8% from 2020, according to the EIA. With an estimated 373 billion barrels in technically recoverable oil, we would use that up in about 52 years. And in order to have enough supply for 400 years, we'd need more than 2.9 trillion barrels of recoverable reserves. And even with the reduced consumption in 2020, we still wouldn't have enough supply for 400 years.
Clearly, that statement is incorrect.
We can verify, no, there is not enough recoverable crude oil in the U.S. to last over 400 years. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
The extreme heat is causing a lot of us to run a little hot. Some drivers getting frustrated with broken down cars this summer. But does that happen more frequently as temperatures rise? Let's verify. Do car batteries have more issues in hot weather rather than cold weather? Our sources, AAA and Peter Falone with the Universal Technical Institute. Every mechanic will tell you weather affects battery performance.
The battery of the car actually, in high temperatures, it's when it takes the most amount of abuse.
Falone says a car battery goes through a lot of changes as it charges up, when you drive it, and when it discharges, or when you let it sit. And when it's really hot out, fluid in the battery takes a hit.
You're actually getting a lot of evaporation too. So it's going to impact that electrolyte solution inside of the battery.
AAA says in cooler northern climates, a battery can last 5 years or longer. But in the south, where it's hot, a car battery has a shorter life, about 3 years.
We don't realize that damage or that, the amount of work that battery's gone through, or the discharge of that battery until we get to lower temperatures.
So we can verify, yes, car batteries have more issues in hot weather than cold weather.
Welcome back. When you're a busy parent, it's hard to find time to exercise, so you can do whatever. Let's do some family activities. Let's roll it. That's today's Focus on Fitness presented by QB. So consider fitness as a family, whether it's a hike, a backyard game, or living room dance party. Exercising as a family unit lets everyone enjoy better health and fitness. It makes physical activity fun and teaches the kids the importance of fitness. QB is a great way to get some quick exercise regardless of physical ability or age. Try their under-desk elliptical at home. Call 1-800-556-2889 or visit QB.com to learn more. We were all just talking about survival, like the whole commercial break.
I know, that show has got us going, hasn't it?
As a team, we could do it.
I think we could. I think we apply.
I believe in you guys. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.